need to stop chasing after the uncontrollables or the comparison.
In last 10 years or last 14 years, if you can pick the best things and the most challenging thing as being a CPA, what would you say?
I think the best thing is just the different opportunity. I mean, there's a lot of variety of what you can choose to do within the accounting field. And you just have a lot of options. And, even, as life changes, we've had a lot of colleagues, do part-time work or consulting. I have a consultant working with me right now, and she works, about 25 hours a week, and that works for her and her life. And I feel like there's just a lot of opportunity and variety out there. I think that's really the best part of it. As term just personally, probably the most challenging part of being a CPA, but I probably would have this challenge in any field or any area profession that I choose, is just the work-life balance and setting the boundaries, especially as life changes and you have other priorities. It was very easy before kids to make my career my number one focus and spend as many hours as I wanted to on it, which wasn't always necessarily the best for me or the healthiest, but I could do it, right? And now I don't really have room for that, or I can't really choose that as easily, just once you have young kids, and just depending on your responsibilities and priorities, your priorities shift as life changes. So it's something Danielle and I talk about a lot, and we have learned a lot as we've gone through our careers in terms of setting boundaries and expectations and communication and project management. But it's something we still have to always rebalance and kind of reset every once in a while. Life gets busy, and you start to lose your systems and everything you have in place, and you have to take time to reset. So I think that's probably just the hardest part. But again, I think if I was a doctor, I'd probably struggle with that too, and same kind of struggle. So what about you, Danielle?
Yeah, so I think that the worst thing of the CPA, or the most thing I've struggled with, is like boundaries. And also just the industry's hard, right? Like,
Yeah.
If you're in the SEC space or PCOB, it's heavily regulated. The inspection findings, like, report came out today for 2021, and you read that thing, talk about a bad eval for accountants, right?
Yeah.
You're just like, oh my gosh, what are we doing with our lives, right? That's how it feels when you read it. But I know the hard work that my teams are doing, and we're very competent, right? So they're regulating behavior after the fact, right? They're not teaching up front what they want. They're coming and regulating and saying, change your behavior by inspection, right? And I think that's very hard, right? We all get into this industry, I think, wanting to do a good job, and we're very competent and smart people. And to change behavior through after the fact feedback is hard. But that happens that's not just in the SEC space, right? Like review notes, that's after the fact feedback. And I think that's one downside, but I think it is probably prevalent in a lot of spaces, because also how do you do it in advance, right? That's hard, right? So I think that might be the worst part for me, is that dealing with that and realizing, no, this is just making me stronger and a better accountant, and have more to add now that I've been through that. So reminding myself that. The best part, I think my answer is pretty similar to Crystal, but I would also say the people that we work with and meet. But my similar answer is, this accounting industry has been very good to me and my family, right? Like, I started off out of school, you don't know a lot, right? You can't, and you don't have the skills yet to apply that knowledge. The people that trained me and spent the time with me, And the job I had, like, gave me the opportunity to learn and grow and be that expert that I know I have marketability and I have security now in the fact that even if for whatever reason I lost my job or I wasn't happy there anymore, I know with confidence I can go out and add value that I didn't have in the beginning of my career, right? Because in the beginning of your career, you need to apprentice somewhere, right? Like, it's not an apprenticeship for real, but you need to spend that time and learn the profession so you have marketability and that security. And this profession has done that for me. So that's the good thing about it, is it trained me up. It gave me all that opportunity to do it, right? So I think that's the best thing about it.
Is that why you have the article saying career ambitions and contentment, why incremental growth is more than okay?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote that article for so many reasons, but incremental growth is, I don't think we want it. It's not fancy, it's not fun and exciting, it's not the next hot topic, right? It's slow and steady. It's the tortoise, not the hare, right? But that's the incremental growth is going to be the bread and butter of what gets you to really be well-rounded and an expert. And we need to stop comparing ourselves to someone that is on a different journey than us. And that's what that article is about, is that, hey, do what you can every day, go with curiosity, and that's all you can do. That's all you can control. We need to stop chasing after the uncontrollables or the comparison. I truly believe that there is a place for anybody that wants one in this accounting industry. People need us. I think that I want to raise everybody up to that expert level because everybody has a unique talent and passion that they can apply to this industry. And it doesn't need to be competitive, right? There's room for all of us in certain capacities. And I can't wait to see where people take it. You know what I mean? Like, I think that all the smart people that I work with on my teams, I see their potential. And when they're stressed out and they are just coming down so hard on themselves, I want to be like, you are so smart and talented. You are doing the hard work to get here. You're gonna make it. It doesn't mean that today isn't hard, but give yourself some grace, please, because I see it in you and I know you can get there. And I had to learn to do that for myself too. Like, although you can only work one day at a time, I think we have to remember, is this going to matter in a year from now? You know, no one's going to remember that you took 2 hours instead of one on cash next year. No one, even yourself. So I think we need to give ourselves some grace and remember that we're incrementally growing. And if you let the hard work and your determination and your curiosity carry you, you're gonna do good in this industry.